Hello, dear connections. This is Emre Enver Uçar. In this episode of our A Myth Effect series, we are diving into Kanban anti-patterns and uncovering the misunderstandings that can arise in Kanban implementations. Kanban is often viewed as a straightforward method, yet, like any powerful tool, when misapplied, it can lead to its own set of challenges and misconceptions. Today, we will be covering some common myths that hinder teams from using Kanban to its fullest potential. Joining me is a valued guest who brings great insights into these anti-patterns. I am excited to welcome him. Could you start by introducing yourself briefly?
Hi, I'm Prateek Nigam, an accredited Kanban trainer and certified Kanban coaching professional. In my 19 years of work ex, I got opportunity to work with the organizations like Pfizer, Lowe's, Yamaha, BCG as enterprise agile coach or lead agile coach. As an AKT, I run Kanban certification workshops approved by Kanban University, and I also coach teams and organizations in learning and implementing Kanban. Thank you.
In Kanban, much like Scrum, various factors can sometimes steer practitioners away from its core principles, from misinterpreting its flexibility to overlooking its foundational practices. These misconceptions can weaken its effectiveness. Together, we will highlight some of most prevalent anti-patterns for you. So, let's start with myths and facts. First myth: Kanban doesn't require a stage process like Scrum. Everything flows freely.
There is a common misconception that Kanban does not require a stage process like Scrum and everything flows freely in Kanban. No, it's not like that. Well, first of all, we need to understand the meaning of Kanban. So Kanban simply means a visual board or, signaling a card. That means if I'm working in a team and I don't have capacity to take new work, nobody is going to push that work to me. Whenever I will have capacity, I will signal that, hey, I have capacity and I'm ready to pull the work. So it's a pull system, not a push system. And work in progress limit, that is WIP limit, it plays a very important role to convert a push system to a pull system. If there is no pull, there is no Kanban. That means if you are using a board to track the work in your team, but you don't have WIP limit on it, it simply means you're not doing Kanban, you are just using a board for visualization. A part of this, we have change management principles, we have service delivery principles, and 6 practices which guide us to create an efficient Kanban system. A system that is capable of balancing the demand and capability and continuously improving. A part of this, Kanban offers a lot of proven techniques to deal with the problems like delays, dependencies, blockers, shared services, bottlenecks, etc. And I think these are the very common challenges or common problems with most of the teams who are in any type of product development or service delivery. So it's not like that in Kanban everything flows freely. I would say that policies are the backbone of Kanban.
Second myth: there is a no planning in Kanban. Tasks are handled as they come.
I have heard many people saying that there is no planning in Kanban and items are handled as they come. Well, in Kanban, planning starts at the very initial stage when an item enters the pool of ideas or product backlog. Then it goes through a funnel or a filtration process where upstream Kanban teams ensure that only the highest priority or highest value items are reaching to the delivery teams. Now, how do delivery teams pick those items? There is a meeting called replenishment. So replenishment is a process of refilling the to-do or ready column of the delivery team's board. So Kanban suggests that frequent replenishment is agile and on-demand replenishment is more agile. That means, let's say we are doing this replenishment meetings once a week, but the arrival rate of new information is 2 days. So there is a possibility that the last 3 days we are not working on the highest priority items. So I can say that we plan enough to ensure that highest possible value is being delivered to the customers.
Third myth: speed is everything in Kanban.
There is a myth that speed is everything in Kanban. I would say that it's good to have good speed, but it's not everything. Just take the example of a busy road at peak office hours, let's say 9 a.m. in the morning, when there is a huge traffic jam and most of the cars are, not able to move easily, or they are mostly stuck in traffic. Throughput at that time is very low. Hardly 2 to 3 cars enter in my office parking at that time. Though if we talk about the utilization of road is being utilized for 100%. Now, if I talk about 7 a.m., at that time, roads are not utilized for 100%. Traffic is little better. Throughput is higher at that time. Around 4 to 5 cars enter the office parking. Now, the thing is, with 100% utilization of road, throughput is down. With 50-60% of utilization of road, throughput is higher. Why? Because here cars get more space to move. Their speed is higher. Now, does it mean that if speed is high, then throughput will also be high? That is not the case. If that was the case, then at 3 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning, throughput should be highest, but it is actually lowest at that time. Why? See, at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, the road is not being used efficiently. The number of cars on the road, they are very less. Even if they are able to, achieve the very high speed on roads. Same way in our teams. If we are using Kanban and our focus is only on speed, or you can say reducing our lead time, so this could easily be reduced by drastically reducing the WIP limits. But would that be efficient for the team? This is what we have to think of. Our purpose should be to increase the delivery rate so that our customers can be happy. They should be able to get the value faster, and we as a team should be able to manage the flow of value. And for that, Kanban is having a lot of practices, principles, so that team is able to achieve this goal. So I would say that speed is not the goal. Speed is not everything in Kanban, but happy customers is everything in Kanban.
Next myth, Kanban is only suitable for software development.
There is a myth that Kanban is only suitable for software development. Well, Kanban is a pull system, and it specifically talks about knowledge work. Pull system is not a new concept. It was introduced long back by Mr. Taichi Ono from Toyota Car Production, Japan. And if I talk about knowledge work, that means whatever product or service we are providing to the end customer, it needs people with specific knowledge in a specific area to add value to that service. For example, developers, testers, or database experts, or UI UX experts. They all are knowledge workers only, who are adding value to that service using their skill or using their knowledge. Same way, let's say I'm the part of a sales team. Even in that team, we need people for market research, shortlisting potential customers, or creating presentations or preparing pitch. So even in this team, using the knowledge of all these knowledge workers, we are trying to create some kind of value. And in order to create that value, if we want to have a board for visualization, or we want to have WIP limits to manage the flow of creating value, or we want to have some policies for our team, yes, we can have it. So Kanban is not just about software development, but any kind of knowledge work. For any kind of knowledge work, Kanban can be used.
And last myth, communication with the team is unnecessary in Kanban. Just looking at the board is enough.
There is a myth that communication within the team is unnecessary in Kanban, and just looking at the board is enough. Well, Kanban is an evolutionary change method, and Kanban says that teams should run small experiments if they want to bring about any change, or they want to try something new. And based on the results, they should decide whether they want to go for that change or not, or they want to try something new. So obviously, good amount of communication and collaboration is required here for running these kind of experiments. And if you look at the cover page of the book Kanban, written by Mr. David J. Anderson, who's the creator of Kanban, we can see that there's a team, and they are having this conversation. One person is saying that I'm stuck, one person is saying I'm too busy and I'm idle, and this person is saying that let's do something about it. There's a board behind them. So basically, this board is telling them the reality about their work, what's going on. But and also this particular board is a kind of feedback mechanism for them. All right. But based on that feedback, now with the help of the communication, they are trying to solve that problem, whatever problem they are facing. So it's on the cover page of Kanban book. So we definitely cannot say that in Kanban communication is unnecessary.
Dear connections, in this post we shared the most common anti-patterns of Kanban. To all of you, there are similar anti-patterns you have encountered in your own work. Please feel free to share this experience and thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep learning and growing together by uncovering and correcting this common myth. Love and respect. See you soon.
Bir gerçek seni içine çeker, sarar.